Imagine two men in a parking lot. One climbs from a leased luxury SUV. The other steps out of a faded, decade-old commuter sedan. Statistically, the person sitting on a seven-figure net worth in that scenario is rarely the one you would bet on. Real wealth in America has a habit of going quiet. The appearance of it tends to get louder as the bank account gets emptier. The friction comes from how we've been trained to measure success. We use the visible flow of money, the cars, the houses, the clothes, as a proxy for how much someone actually has. But that radar is flawed because it ignores the difference between playing the game of income and the game of wealth. Income is the money flowing in. It is loud, easy to see, and often used as a tool to signal you've arrived. This table shows the mechanical divide. Income is about the flow of high salaries and visible assets. Wealth, however, is the quiet gap between what you earn and what you spend, multiplied by time. It's what stays behind after the bills are paid. To understand if this quiet approach is worth the trade-off, we have to look at the mechanical footprints genuinely wealthy people leave behind. This creates a direct competition for your resources. Every dollar assigned to projecting an image of success is a dollar removed from the compound growth engine that builds financial autonomy. There is a massive cultural pressure that suggests a rising income must be rewarded with a luxury vehicle or a larger home. From a math perspective, a new car is a liability. It loses a significant chunk of its value the moment it leaves the lot, and when you finance that loss over 7 years, you are paying interest for the privilege of owning a shrinking asset. The genuinely wealthy often follow a 1% rule. They cap their vehicle spending at a tiny fraction of their total net worth. For someone worth $2 million, that lands them in a $20,000 car, likely bought used and kept for a decade. This chart compares the two trajectories. Path A tracks a $50,000 car losing value, while interest piles up. Path B shows a $20,000 car, where the $770 monthly payment difference is diverted into an asset growing at 7. Choosing to forfeit the social signal of a success house or a new car is the trade-off that frees up the cash flow needed to build a real portfolio. This visual blankness extends to their clothes. You'll see plain, well-made basics without loud logos. They don't use their bodies as billboards for their income. There is a mathematical advantage to buying durability once and repairing it for 10 years. Replacing cheap, trendy items every season is a hidden tax that keeps most people from ever pulling ahead. This frugality serves as a defense against lifestyle creep. For high-income earners, the tendency to let expenses rise alongside their salary is the most persistent killer of wealth. At every raise, you hit this critical decision point. Path A is the standard move. You upgrade the lifestyle and the car, which results in zero net growth.
Path B is the stealth move. You hold your spending flat. By keeping your expenses where they were, that entire salary increase becomes an accelerant. Path B creates an exponential growth curve, while Path A stays flat, regardless of how much the person earns. Maintaining this gap requires the social discipline to say no. It means passing on the group trip or the expensive upgrade that everyone else is buying, even when you have the cash in your account to cover it. Looking cheap to your peers is often the social price you pay to protect the compounding engine that eventually buys your time. Real wealth is invisible because it is diverted away from the checking account before it ever has a chance to be spent. This is the autopilot wealth funnel. By paying yourself first, you route gross income directly into 401ks and health savings accounts. These pre-tax deductions build your net worth automatically, long before the money hits your wallet. Then a secondary sweep kicks in. Any surplus in the checking account is automatically pushed into a brokerage or a high-yield savings account. This leaves only a strictly defined fraction of the paycheck for discretionary spending. You've engineered a system where you can only spend what the funnel allows. Compare this to the average household carrying credit card debt at 22% interest. They are paying double the cost for everything they buy, just for the privilege of spending money they haven't earned yet. The stealth wealthy use cash in high-yield savings accounts to turn financial emergencies into minor inconveniences. While most people are paralyzed by a broken water heater, these individuals have a cushion earning 4% in the background. They operate with a strict intolerance for bad math. They hunt down and eliminate any debt that charges more than their investments can reliably earn.
Automating these mechanics removes the need for willpower. You don't have to decide to be disciplined every month because the system has already made the smart choice for you. The energy required to project the illusion of wealth almost always consumes the resources you need to actually achieve it. This freedom matrix shows the result of those choices. While most people aim for the top left, high status and low autonomy, the goal is the bottom right, the stealth wealth zone. This is where you trade visible status for the ability to control your own time. To the high earner, a large salary is a hollow victory if it's entirely spoken for by mortgages and car leases. The path forward requires sacrificing the ego. You have to stop buying the visible upgrades if you want to buy back your future security. To the average earner, your modest house and your consistent index fund contributions place you in a winning position. Don't let social media feeds give you imposter syndrome.
Mathematically, your strategy is superior to the one that requires a constant performance of success. The ultimate luxury that stealth wealth buys is the removal of background financial panic. The constant low-level stress of how will I pay for this simply goes quiet. That silence gives you the power to walk away from a toxic job, to sleep through a market recession, and to handle life's surprises with a sense of calm. The payoff is a quiet, simple morning routine and the unbothered peace that comes from knowing you are actually okay. The purpose of building wealth isn't to impress people you don't even like. It's to purchase the freedom to live on your own terms and answer to nobody.